As I was uploading yesterday's playthrough, I realized I made an error at the conclusion, and luckily it was right when we quit. I took 2 damage from this range shot, which I shouldn't have. The range shot should have passed through. So the first thing I do is I'm gonna give red 2 life that I owe him. And now I believe we are ready to start turn 3 with phase 1, arrival of enemies. This guy, who we knew was coming because he's been sitting on the top for a day, is going to go to Vortex 1. And this guy, another boss, I believe he is our 4th boss, which means we're in the stack of 3 bosses in the deal, or in the deck. We'll go to Vortex 2. Vortex 3 was shut down by the pink hero or purple hero, and Vortex 4 was shut down. So that is phase 1, arrival of enemies. We'll move into phase 2 before we pause, which is roll them up. And as I kind of sort the dice, I will give those enemies hit points that they need still. So here is the roll for phase 2, turn 3. Okay, I'm going to kind of figure out what to do, and we'll be back. Okay, this one took quite some time to program out. The whole game, it's what makes it fun for me, is figuring out the puzzle and making sure that it works, and trying to keep your brain straight as you go through everything. I kind of dry run the whole thing in my brain before acting it out, and if I acted out and I was wrong, well, that's the game. So here, we're making sure that my dice are legal. I got 3 greens, or I got at least 3 greens and not more than 2. I got 3 blues, not more than 2. I tried to stack them the same so you guys trust that those are doubles. All pink and 3 reds and not more than 2. So the first thing we will do is initiative 1. We want to use purple. That's what I'm talking about. The program, I got it in my head, and I need to remember to do it. She allotted a star, which means she can go first. And the first thing she's going to do is use her special power and move 2 guys 1 single space. And they can be any 2 guys on the map. We're going to move this guy over 1. And the reason that we're doing that is to isolate this boss so that we can do damage to him this turn. And the other guy that we're going to move is this guy 1 space this direction. So that is purple's special power, and then she's going to shoot for 2, and we're going to shoot this boss. And you might be saying, well, wait a minute, you have to shoot away. Well, when you're in a pedestal, you are allowed to shoot down. And that 8 is going to turn into a 6, and we have begun to hurt this boss. So the next guy that will go, he's initiative 2, will be my natural initiative 1 robot, who will move 2, and he's going to move 1, 2, and then, oops, I just knocked the dice off my blue. He's going to punch for 4, and we're going to knock this Servos boss from a 6 to a 2. And I need to repair this. I forget what it was. It was a gunshot and all shields, I know that. These were stacked like this. I remember the upside down shields, and this was a shield. That is how it was. Sorry about that, that was careless. But he doesn't get to go yet. Initiative 1, enemies get to go, starting at section 1. He's going to punch for 4, shoot for 3, move 1, and then regenerate. The punch for 4 is that blue and green now, used to be blue and purple hiding under there, and blue has shields of 4. He is going to move for 1. He moves for 1, and he's going to regenerate from a 2 to a 3, and we'll flip it over to gray side. Initiative 2s. We're still looking for initiative 1s to go, and I believe that is everyone. So it is now time for initiative 2, and he doesn't do much. He does have a gunshot for 2 damage, and we're going to hit this boss who is alone over here, and we're going to knock him down to a 7. And my red guy is initiative 2. And he's going to do a couple things. We're going to use the red superpower, which is a really nice one, especially later in the game. He's going to do unstoppable damage to all enemies in one of his melee areas. So we're going to do 1 unstoppable to both of these guys. So this 7 is going to go down to a 6. And that 6 is going to go down to a 5. And then he's going to punch for 1. I didn't think much about preference of who to hit. These are not bosses, but I will need to injure them a bit because they'll get in the way and protect the bosses around them. And the last and most important thing is he's going to move. He's going to bail out of there because he's going to not be able to absorb everything looking at him. So he's going to come up in this safe zone up here. It's now time for initiative 2 bad guys. So this initiative 2 is going to punch for 4, shoot straight through for 2, and then move for 1. So he comes over here. This guy's going to punch for 3, shoot through for 2, and he's going to move 3 spots. So he moves 1, 2, 3 spots down here to Vortex 4. Continuing along. This guy's gonna, got some glare going on. This guy's gonna punch for 4, shoot for 3, blue will absorb the shot for 3. He's gonna move for 1. And then we got brown. We haven't had brown yet. Brown is unstoppable damage, so the shields that blue's been using would not work against this. Luckily, there's no targets for it. He's going to punch for 1, and he's going to shoot through for 2. Red abandoned that area. So this guy has acted. Finishing up, punch no one for 2, shoot no one for 2, move 1. Punch no one for 1, shoot no one for 4, and move 2. So he's going to join this guy up here. And punch no one for 3, shoot through for 2, or move and then shoot through for 2. I realized I forgot to destroy a column. We'll talk about that in a second. This guy is gone. And finally, this guy's going to punch no one for 4. He's going to move. And he's going to shoot blue for 3. Before I wrap up turn 3, I realized it's part of that program in my head. I know everything that's going to happen. It's just reliving it for you guys is tough. This shot here occurred after I moved sideways. So this shot, I stated that it went through and that red abandoned his post. Because there's no one in the room and there are columns, then a column is destroyed. And if 3 columns are destroyed, then the room will fall. And we don't want the room to be destroyed with that guy still up there. So he's gonna, one of our priorities in turn 4 is going to be to get him out of there. So that is turn 3. We will be back for turn 4. in a few moments. Okay, here we go for phase 1 of turn 4. Enemy to Vortex 1. Enemy to Vortex 2. Just getting crowded, and the whole map's going to be crowded. Enemy to Vortex 3. And, oh, we got a radar on this guy. To Vortex 4. With a buddy, which happens to be our final enemy. And the whole deck is on the map. So we are pretty much surrounded. Remember, we only have to kill the bosses. But this is kind of the make or break round. If we survive this one, it'll only get easier from here. So I give myself about a 50-50 on the whole game. But let's make the roll and see how it goes. So turn 4, phase 2, and then we'll sort and pause. All right, roll 2, phase 2. Okay, there we go, and I'll be back. Okay, I think I have turn 4 all programmed up. Priorities being saving red guy and killing that boss that we injured earlier. We're going to do our best to kill him. Well, we are going to kill him. Okay, so here's where we are, making sure we're legal. Got a wasted die down there. I do not have any MT firing, but I didn't have anything to do with that die. So we're no more than 2. Uh-oh, we are illegal. I'm going to pause. We'll be back. Haha, I was fine. It was just the light through my phone that this under here is a purple, not a red. Just the light was bad. So we're okay. Whew. That was a little stressful because I didn't know what I was going to do. Okay, so initiative 1. I have my robot initiative 1 and priority. I starred him down to initiative 1, so we'll just have him go first because he's easy. He is going to move 2 spots, and he's going to move down 1, up 1 to the safety of this tower that's protected underneath by blue. So blue is tanking a whole lot. And now green, who has wasted a die, he's going to heal himself for 1. He's going to finish off that boss for 3. And he gets a prize for doing so, which does not necessarily help very much. Health kit that only he can use. A shield to help blue, and a shot of 1, which is better than nothing. He can target any of these guys down here, and he can target this guy over here. None of them are bosses. Well, even if they were bosses, you have to kill the grunts before the bosses. I'm going to take out this guy. Not necessarily sure why. I'm just picking them down. I just knocked off a blue die again. Darn it. That had to have been this. 2 times in a row, we got to be careful. Okay, so that is initiative 1 for the heroes, initiative 1 for the enemies. This guy, we got him in a pretty lame situation. He moves, he punches and shoots, and he is gonna, we got to take out this one here. One more shot and that room comes down, and then he sniffs his way clockwise until he finds someone. So he's in that cycle, which is just fine with me. We don't need to worry about him. Fire might make us move. We won't have any grenades because none of the bad guys throw grenades. So we're looking for initiative 1s. We got glare on this side of the room. Alright, so that is initiative 1. initiative 2. My blue guy is going to fire for 3, and our plan was to take out this stout because the purple guy is going to fire for 3 as well. Okay, and then he is going to block 1 any ability, and that 1 any ability is going to be this unstoppable. So that is blue's turn. Purple is initiative 2. She's going to shoot for 3. That stout that we injured. We're just picking dudes off. We picked off 2, so that's 2 less we're going to have to deal with next time. And she can do a free reroll. That might be helpful. So that is purple's. It is time for bad guy initiative 2. You'll probably see a room crumble. Starting here, we got a punch for 4, a shoot through, and a move. So the only thing we have to worry about is the punch for 4. We've got 3, accompanied by green 4. So that does nothing. And we do a move of 1. Coming up here, we have no one in this section. All 3 of these guys are in this section. So this guy's going to punch and shoot. So we will have our first destruction of a room. The rules are, if there's a guy on top, he takes 4 damage and gets placed in the room below. If there are people below, then they take 4 damage and get pushed to a room adjacent, your choice. So that was this guy's attack, and then he moves. We're going to move him all the way over. I think we're going to have to make room for him. I'm not sure. This guy's going to punch and shoot and move 2. We haven't been flipping these over. This guy takes an extra hit to do damage. He's going to punch and shoot. He's going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. He's the boss. So he's one of our objectives. We'll have to catch him. This guy is going to punch and shoot, absorbed by blue, and move 1. This guy is going to punch, move, and shoot, absorbed by blue. Punch, shoot, move, punch, shoot, absorbed by blue. He's moved. Punch, shoot, move 3. He goes first. I don't know if it ever matters. It might. Anyway, punch, shoot, move 1. So he's gonna be here, and then these 2 guys, punch, shoot, move 3, 1, 2, 3, and finally punch, shoot, move 2, and that is the conclusion of turn 4. Okay, we took 2 of them out. We don't have to place any fire tokens. You place fire tokens at the beginning of the turn, and you place a fire token when you can't place an enemy once per round. So it's not like I can't place 4 enemies. I can't place an enemy, so I'm going to place a fire token, and we'll show you how that works at the beginning of turn 5. That's it. I think we're going to upload this. I'm at about 20 minutes, and this phone holds about 25. So we're going to upload this, get it all deleted off so that I can do this tomorrow. That last time that took about a day. So we will continue with turn 5 and 6 tomorrow. I have to cat proof. So what do is I get a big cardboard box and I just set it right over the top of this. That keeps everything pretty tidy. Alrighty, peace.